I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Hundreds of people clashed with police today during their attempts to reach the New York Stock Exchange. It was the latest Occupy Wall Street protest, and the forced removal of protesters from Zuccotti Park triggered events in other parts of the country today as well. They were held to show support for the now 2-month-long demonstrations in Lower Manhattan. One of the gatherings was in the city of Kingston, where people held a "We Are the 99% rally outside Kingston City Hall to renew calls for action denouncing Wall Street greed and high unemployment. The Kingston rally was put together as part of a national call for action organized by MoveOn.org. Its members have been calling on Congress to increase taxes on Wall Street businesses, a move they contend would lead to creation of more jobs and an economic recovery. The teenager accused of a shooting in the town of Wallkill last weekend is due in court next Tuesday to face charges of first-degree assault, criminal possession of a weapon, reckless endangerment, and criminal use of a firearm. 16-year-old Tevin Williams of Goshen was arrested after police converged on a home in the village of Monticello early Wednesday morning. Williams is accused of shooting Ilona Carter in the head as she sat in a parked car outside the Howard Johnsons on Route 211 in the town of Wallkill last Saturday night. Carter remains in serious condition at Westchester Medical Center. Williams also faces charges for a September 3rd shooting at a house at 4th Street and Silver Lake Scotchtown Road in Wallkill. In that case, he was charged with attempted murder and assault. Elsewhere, additional felony charges have been filed against Brian Long Sr., the 30-year-old Kingston man who was arrested last week for sexually abusing a 3-year-old girl that had been left in his care. Now, state police have added more charges after a second young victim has come forward with allegations of abuse. The list of charges against Long include aggravated sexual abuse, criminal sexual act, and endangering the welfare of a child. Long is currently being held in Ulster County Jail. Investigators are looking for more possible victims. A Newburgh teen has been indicted in connection with a dogfighting incident back in September. 18-year-old Quarry Owens is facing charges of promoting animal fighting and torturing and injuring animals. Authorities say Owens played a role in a fight involving 3 pit bulls in Newburgh September 17th. 2 of the dogs suffered serious injuries. Owens is currently free on $500 bail. It's a lot of dough, even for a baker. 49-year-old Christopher Johnston of Port Jervis was officially introduced today as the state lottery's latest millionaire winner. Johnston, who's a baker for the Price Chopper supermarket in Matamoros, hit the lottery's Sweet Millions scratch-off game, earning him a $1 million prize. The 6 numbers Johnston chose included the birthday dates of family members. And while he knew he'd bought a winning ticket, it took a while for him to realize he'd hit the jackpot.
I knew I had all the proper numbers, and I just wasn't sure how much I had won. And I actually came up here during the day, and they verified the ticket. And when she ran it through the machine, all kinds of bells and whistles sounded like they were coming out of the machine. Said jackpot winner, and I said, well, that's nice. I said, how much? She told me $1 million. I said, I don't think I said anything. I think I started to shake a little bit. I started to sweat a little bit, and then I probably started smiling a whole bunch.
As for what he'll do with his winnings, Johnston says he sees a warm weather vacation complete with palm trees in his family's future, and he'll put the rest of the money in his retirement fund. He's getting a one-time net payment of $660,300. Definitely a lot of dough for a very lucky baker. The counting of absentee ballots will be held today and tomorrow at Orange County Board of Elections in Goshen, and that will decide the outcome of at least one of the local election races still in limbo. This afternoon, mailed-in ballots were to be opened and counted in the race for Mount Hope Supervisor, where incumbent Bill Novak had a slim 38-vote lead over Chad Volpe. And absentee votes may determine the winner on a Blooming Grove Town Council race, where Thomas DeVinco was 29 votes ahead of Joseph Heller. Now, tomorrow, the counting of absentee ballots could well decide the race for Port Jervis mayor, where incumbent Russell Potter had a 19-vote lead over a former mayor, Richard Roberts. Also tomorrow, absentee ballots will determine the outcome of a 3rd Ward Council race in the town of Wallkill, where Antonio Rotundo and Brian Smith were tied with 317 votes each. after Election Day results were tallied. And it makes the job of putting up your Christmas tree pale in comparison. The holiday tree arrived this morning at Festival Square in downtown Middletown, ending what is always a challenging transportation and placement operation. The 30-foot tree was donated and put in place by members of the city's Public Works Department. For the past 15 years, the Middletown Business Improvement District has coordinated the search for a suitable tree and the work needed to get it in place.
The hunt usually begins, Tracy, in about August of each year, and we look at well over a dozen trees, and we try to get one that's about 30 feet high. And we found this on the property of Chris Duell out in the town of Mount Hope. And he was gracious enough to donate the tree, and Aspen Tree Service delivered it to the city of Middletown yesterday.
The DPW crew provided a new meaning to the phrase, trimming the tree. The Business Improvement District will also get a helping hand from Harry Rotolo and Sons and the IBEW Electrical Union when it comes to the job of decorating the tree. Middletown tree will be lit during a ceremony Friday, November 25th at 6:30 p.m. at Festival Square. Evening will feature onstage entertainment as well as a parade that'll escort Santa in to do the tree lighting honors. Sunshine returns to the region tomorrow, but it won't do much to warm things up around here. Temperatures Friday may not get any higher than the upper 40s, even under a mostly sunny sky. Saturday will be sunny and not quite as chilly, with temperatures getting back up into the mid-50s. Keep clicking back here at Record Online to stay on top of what's going on, and pick up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record for news and features important to you. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.